Hi, Barry Smith here. I go by Legal Bear on the internet. I wanted to talk to you about some more parts of my combination package that gives you the biggest package, that gives you the biggest savings. And so let's talk about the online legal research video. I did talk about that in another segment, and what I mentioned was that the MP3 audios, 103 minutes worth, that raise 30 or 40 issues, they need to be researched. But you know what? So does you need to research like any issue. And I put a lot of authority into the authority section of the IRS Terminator package. But you know what? If you go look up some of the cases that they cite in there, in fact, that's mostly what that's for. It's to give you cases to look up and reference. If you research those further, you'll find more cases that tell you stuff you need. And my online legal research video normally sells for $145, and it's an hour and 40 minutes long. It plays on your computer. It shows you how to do legal research on the internet. Now, what I did was I did a screen capture video of everything that I was doing, and I basically showed a system of researching out case law that it's taken me 10 years to develop. So went through a lot of trial and error, and if you will, learn the system and follow it, it'll save you a lot of time and also the error part. I show you how to search for the cases that are likely to be relevant, quickly determine whether a case is relevant, save the case from the internet to a hard drive in a usable format, take those cases that you save off and turn them into notes, turn the notes into an abbreviated format usable in motions and briefs, and do this all in a manner that will not cause you regrets or inefficiencies in the future. Let's see here. And it makes you pretty efficient. It's a foundational video that'll save you a lot of time. And let's see. And it comes as part of this combination package. Now let's go to another part of the package, combination package, the golden FOIAs. Now, I used to have the killer FOIAs, and it seemed like they got stale. The IRS got used to getting those. They saw them from a lot of different people. And so what I did was I went into the Internal Revenue Manual, and I pulled out some FOIAs based on the manual that will show that, hey, somebody out there has been doing their research. And you'd use these FOIAs if you got the shaft in your collection due process hearing, you need to reopen it. If you need to stop a levy, if you need to remove a lien, if you got hit with a frivolous return penalty, if the IRS filed a substitute for return for you. Did you know that usually what happens if you file a crack in the code return, what they'll do is they'll just dispose of that. They'll lose it, and they'll file a substitute for return for you, and they'll start with that as its basis. And usually they fail to comply with the requirements that make a valid substitute for return. I found in the IRM, they said, look, if it doesn't have these three forms attached to it, it's not valid. And let's see here. Oh, and then there's a request for the assessment. There's a U.S. Supreme Court decision that's part of the lien thumper package. It says if there's no assessment, there is no tax due. And so then, if you send them in this Freedom of Information Act request, box them in on the fact that they don't have a proper assessment, and you can use those in your collection due process hearing, and you can use that to get them in trouble. And what's happened is that FOIA that used to ask for the 23C, they got so used to answering that they came up with an answer for it. Now it's a 5-part request that boxes them in on, no, don't be trying to skirt this by giving me that. Don't be trying to skirt this by giving me this other thing. I only want the copy of the proper assessment. So that's golden FOIAs, man. That'll really help you bring up some good issues.